because I chose to make sure that there was a little bit more room in my cup. I was willing to take some knowledge from someone else. There's this story of this person who's been on a spiritual path, and they have been learning and meditating and gleaning all of this knowledge and wisdom, and they've been diving very, very deep into their spiritual journey. They've decided they really want to meet their guru, this monk that lives high in the mountains, and it will be quite the journey to go visit them. And yet the opportunity comes. So this person goes, and they make the journey. They take the trek and all of the time, and finally they get to be in the presence of this wise human being, and they are so excited to be able to commune with them. So they sit down, this person and the monk, and this person just starts talking and telling the monk all of the information that he knows, all of the knowledge that he has gained and gleaned over the years. At some point, the monk says, "Would you like some tea?" And the traveler says, "Yes, I would, thank you." And they continue talking about everything that they've learned, all of the things that they have been doing to become even more enlightened and closer to their higher power. The monk comes back and has the tea and starts to pour into the cup. And they keep pouring, and the traveler keeps speaking, keeps talking and pouring. And eventually, as the monk pours, the cup overflows. And then it overflows the saucer, and it's running onto the table. And the traveler looks at him and says, "The cup, it's too full." And the monk says, "Yes, very much like your mind. You are so full that you can't accept anything new." I think it's a beautiful thought. Are there areas that you in your life feel like you are so full that you just can't take anything else in? Maybe it's unintentional. Or are you more like a child saying, "I want to learn more"? What more can I be taught? What more is out there that I can glean from life? How can I take in more? How can I bring out the wonder of a butterfly and how it goes from this little caterpillar to a butterfly? In life, we have the opportunity to learn a myriad of lessons, and some of them are very upsetting and frustrating, and some of them are very joyous and exciting, and we're like, "Yeah, I totally did that." Some of them are confidence inspiring, and we're able to really hold our heads a little bit higher because we went through all of those lessons. Sometimes we think we already know it all, and we go into a job. There have been lots of times that I've gone into a project and thought, I am going to build the labyrinth in this one way. I need it to be done in this one way, and I've decided that's what needs to be done. And I started on my path, on my journey, working this out, and I had a whole bunch of people helping me. And somebody else came along and said, "Hey, I have a suggestion. If you do it this way, it might be a little bit easier and go a little bit faster." In that moment, I could have been like the traveler, and I could have said, "I already know what I'm doing. I don't need your help. We're doing it my way." But instead I said, "Okay, sure, we'll try it your way." In trying it their way, it did indeed go faster and much smoother, and we had a wonderful assembly line getting the whole thing done, and it only took a few weeks instead of maybe a couple of months. Because I chose to make sure that there was a little bit more room in my cup. I was willing to take some knowledge from someone else and maybe make my existence, my experience in that whole project a little bit better. Are there times in your life where somebody has come up to you and said, "Hey, I have an idea. Maybe this would help." And instead of taking and listening to their advice or their idea and possibly using some of that to make yours different? Have you chosen to be full and say, no, I don't need that help? I know that there are times in my life that I've done both. There are times in my life that I've been like, dude, I'm a really good puzzler. I don't need you to tell me how to puzzle because I'm pretty dang good at it. I'm pretty quick at a 500-piece puzzle. So thanks, but no thanks. You can stay in your lane. But you know what? I really probably could have learned something from them. Everybody has something that might be of beneficial value. All you have to do is pause and listen. You can take it with a grain of salt and say, yeah, that worked, or no, that won't work. But at least you can listen and be teachable like a little kid, because you never know what knowledge is out there, what you're missing out on because you let it overflow and drop onto the ground. I know that in my life there are times that I've taken other people's advice. I've taken other people's suggestions, and it has been very helpful. I know there are other times in my life that I've said, no, I'm too full. I don't need your advice or your wisdom, and I'm going to do it my way. Sometimes it's gone better, sometimes it's been worse. And yet, what can I learn from that? At least I could probably listen, take it with a grain of salt, and see how I can improve from there. Are you like the traveler? Are you too full in some areas? Could you make a little bit more room and listen to someone else? Play around with it, see what you think, and have a great day.